Okay, welcome everyone to the Republican Party Network. We're glad you're here with us. Tonight we have at least it's night where we are, we have a short little interview and conversation with Mary Grace Warner, who is the United Republican Green Valley Sarita Community Council Chairperson. And we're excited. Full disclosure, I work with Mary Grace in the United Republican Green Valley Sarita, so we know each other pretty well. And we're delighted that Mary Grace is going to take a little time to talk with us about the whole idea of a community council and what that means, not just for our Republican clubs, but for the community and Republicans in general. So let's just start off. Mary Grace, first of all, what is a community council?
Well, first of all, let me just reiterate that the Community Council is a part of the URGVS, the United Republicans of Green Valley and Saharita. And we're sort of an action-orientated, if you will, branch of that URGVS. And what we are most concerned about is the communities from which we are part of, finding out exactly what it is they need to know about issues that come up in a particular community or a particular home or school or whatever it might be. So it is us going out, talking to community members, finding out what they're concerned about, bringing it back and doing something with it.
Okay, all right. So in that sense, then, is there a particular focus when you go out into the community? Is there something that you have targeted or some objectives when the council is doing that?
Well, basically, you kind of go out with a blank slate. At least in my experience, I've held a few house parties where I've met neighbors, and basically it's just getting to know those people just a little bit, and then to bring up a particular issue that might have been recently in the news and say, I'm really concerned about this, and then see where it goes. I really want, as an ambassador of the club, I really want to know, does that bother them? Does that interest them? What do they think about it? Do they need more information about it? So that's my focus, is to find out what they are concerned about and what information they need and bring it back to the club. And then we either, what we might end up doing is bringing back more information to those people about that issue, or drawing those people into the community council or to URGVS, at least to sit and hear what's going on.
Huh, okay, so there doesn't sound like, in some ways, and while we may know this, I don't think necessarily the members of the Republican Party network know this. There really isn't then some real set objectives on this. You're not out there to necessarily accomplish one specific thing, it sounds like.
Right. No, we're not. We don't have that set agenda. We want to know what our people are concerned about. We don't go there and try to convince them to be concerned about something, but we do want to hear and to make sure they have all the necessary information they might need in order to understand that issue more thoroughly.
Okay, so in that sense, how do you you think about the value then? So what value is there in doing that? I guess the why. Okay, again, you said it a little bit, but why do this? Why? I mean, this is a big deal for our clubs in that sense. It's something kind of brand new. So what value is it to the club in that sense?
Well, the value is hopefully that the community will see us as their partners, as their friends, if you will, a place that they can trust to provide them with accurate information, a place they can trust, even if it's just me from the club, a person that they can trust to provide them with honest, truthful answers. And I think, so many times politicians talk about their that bridging, that real one-on-one or one in a group of 5 connection is extremely important. And we're not just talking the talk, we're actually going to follow through.
Okay, I think we lost you there for a second. Um, and can you hear us now?
I can.
Okay, that's fine. We're doing all this live, so that's okay. But
Okay.
so thinking in terms of the council and well, first of all, how long have you been doing this, I guess, at this point with the council?
Well, gee, I actually joined URGVS probably back on the 4th of July of 2020. And I don't think the community council really came into play until probably the end of the summer, the first part of the fall. And I started right away being a part of the council. I actually became a member of one of the issue groups, and it was called the Defenders. And so that's where I really got involved.
I see. Okay. So thinking in terms of that, at this point, it's kind of brand new. Is there some idea in your mind, some vision of some sort of where you think, like put yourself maybe a year from now, where would the council be? What is it doing? What's your hopes?
Well, first of all, I believe that we can really be a respected and well-known source of honest information to the communities and beyond the communities. I think we'll have connected with people, and we will have probably, in my dream, is that many of those people will come to be members of URGVS and members of the community council, and they too will reach out to other people and share information. But more than that, I think we'll also become a hub for even people running for political office. They know what we do. They know the reputation we have. And if they really want to connect with their communities, this is the place to come and to have conversations with the citizens from the community. And I think the people from the community will feel much more knowledgeable and much more empowered to actually talk to those candidates, ask them questions, maybe confront them with something that they have said or they're unclear of. And I see walking in to, of course, a bigger office, and it's community council day, or it isn't even community council day. It's just off in little groups are people working on a particular issue, particular event that relates to a plan of action. Because we do that. We have plans of action where we really don't just talk about an issue, we do something about it. And I
Right.
see that happening in corners of that new office, and people are excited and they're sharing information, and they're on the internet and they're talking, and they're planning, and they're reaching out to get more and more people involved. Town hall meetings may happen now that COVID is sort of getting under
Right.
control.
Right.
And I
Right.
just see that it becomes just common everyday place to go, to get involved, to know that you're being heard, and to feel comfortable enough to take what you have shared outward to other people, including the candidates. I just see it a hub of little busy bees, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and especially, you're right now, with people starting to go out and get involved and start engaging again, this seems like a great opportunity. So thinking in that sense, it wasn't long ago that the United Republican Green Valley Sarita was pretty much doing what most clubs do. We bring in good speakers, great speakers. There's some conversation, some good discussion with members of the club and the speaker, and good fellowship. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, there isn't really the kind of thing you just described.
Right.
So from your perspective then, what would you tell club presidents or club leaders and members around Arizona and around the country about why they should do this? What's in it for them? Why even go to the trouble of putting together a community council? What would you tell them?
Well, first of all, I tell them if they're really concerned about the direction that the government is taking, whether it be your local, state, or federal government, this is a way not only to do something of value, but to reach out to other people that can also be a part of your network, if you will, or of your group. The more people you have, the more support you have, the braver people become. And I think we are the people that pay the taxes. We are the people that suffer from bills and laws that have been put into place that have nothing to do, that don't help us. Nobody consulted us. They just developed this bill, voted on it, and now we pay the price. But now we're going to have a larger voice. We're going to be able to keep picking away at that. I'm letting them know we have numbers and we don't like this, and we expect you to support your constituents. We are your constituents. And I think all across the 50 states, I mean, I see being able to talk to people, I'm from Wisconsin, obviously, to talk to people from Wisconsin, Minnesota, California, Florida, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Vermont, Michigan, or wherever, our issues are often the same. And now you have this huge group of people who trust the community council because the community council is out there talking to them.
Well, that's pretty exciting. And I've known you for a while now, and I can tell everyone listening that what they're hearing here is absolute truth. This is exciting to hear you. I'm excited now.
Good.
This is really great. And I think it is important that folks recognize that, there is no cookbook. It's just getting out there and doing it, like you said. And you'll find that people are interested. They want to talk to each other about the issues, as you just said. And I want to thank you for taking a little time this evening. Any last words that you have in terms of the community council that you might want to share with us?
I just want to say that it has been a privilege to be a part of the community council. It has and still continues to stretch who I am and who I may become. But I have met so many wonderful people, and I have learned so much from the people that I have encountered, both in the actual council and even as I reached out on house parties, the people I met on those house parties. And so it is a wonderful experience more times than not. Sometimes people struggled during this COVID pandemic to be, how do I reach out and talk to a neighbor? People are scared, and what do I say, and how do I start it? And it seems at times that limits the connections with the community, but that has now started to change. And I think I need to say one more thing.
Sure.
I think we think about maybe providing some sort of a little webinar on RPN as well as URGVS from the Community Council that actually sort of a role play shows you how to interact a one-on-one with maybe someone that's a little more difficult to talk to, or how to arrange a house party and how to bring up that conversation. And I think that when you have something like that that addresses your concerns or your worries, then I think you're more apt to go out and give it a good try. Even some of those people that are very resistant to that.
Yeah.
Because we are conservatives.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, your thoughts, I think, are really just enlightening for all of us. And based on what you just said a moment ago, for folks that are watching this and you have some comments and thoughts and ideas that you'd like to even Mary Grace to hear about, just jot them in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you. Mary Grace will get back to you, I know. And this is just the beginning. This is kind of a tease a little bit, as it were, in terms of not only the community council, but ways to engage with everyone throughout the country on the Republican Party network. So thanks everyone for listening. Thank you, Mary Grace, and we'll see you all pretty soon. Thank you.
Okay, bye.